Hello friends, this is Jeanette and you're visiting the Neal's Homestead. Old guy did a lot of pepper growing this year and I had to freeze and dry. I didn't do any canning. A lot of peppers, and one of the ones that I did was jalapenos. I dried the jalapenos so that I can add them to like salsa. I like to make salsa with canned tomatoes and then add other ingredients, and especially if they're dried, it soaks up some of the extra liquid in the canned tomatoes, and it seemed to me like the dried jalapeno peppers would do that nicely. The only thing is that it's hard to get those pieces cut up fine enough in there that so that you don't get a big bite of jalapeno and it's too hot. So what I've decided to do is powderize my dried jalapeno slices, and I'm going to share that process with you. I didn't do a video about drying my jalapeno peppers, but I did do a video about drying peppers in general. And what I did was slice red and green ones and then just lay them on my dehydrator shelf and let them dry. I think peppers are kind of slow to dry, so it took a while. Now I left the seeds in here, and just doing this with my hands, it's making some dust it's making some dust come up and making me want to cough. So you have to be really careful with this. We don't really like our food real hot, and so I kind of wish I hadn't left the seeds in there. But what I'm going to do is put something over the top of this and kind of shake it up and see if I can get some of the seeds to fall out. You can see already that quite a few of the seeds have fallen out and settled down to the bottom. I'm going to see if I can get more to do that. This doesn't fit exactly, but I think it fits well enough that I can cover to shake it. Yeah, that got quite a few more out, I think. So now I'm going to add them to my food processor. I don't need this slicer or shredder. I just need the blade that's in the bottom. And I'm going to, with minimal touching, I'm going to put these in here. I hope I don't wish I'd worn gloves. That's quite a few seeds out of there. Somebody would be glad to have those in there, but I think we need something a little less hot. I'm going to wash my hands with cool water and soap. See if I can slip any oils that got on my hands off, rinse them away. I'm not real susceptible to the burn, but I sure don't want it. The next step is to get the lid on this, and I want it to be sealed up as much as possible because it's going to make dust in there that I don't want to escape, because I'll have old guy in here complaining to me and coughing his head off, and I'll be coughing my own head off. So I prepared a trash bag, a kitchen trash bag, to put over the top to catch any dust that might come out of the food processor. Maybe it'll hold it in there. And I'm going to turn this on and let it start grinding it up. I don't know exactly what was doing it, but it was sucking the air out of the bag. That was kind of interesting. So let's look in here. It's not ground up. I can still see whole pieces in there. What I might try to do now is make it pulse. That stirs it up and then lets it settle down in a different position to start again. Let's check again. I still see whole pieces. I sure see a lot of seeds. It's still looking about the same. It actually has an oily appearance. I think peppers might have quite a bit of oil in them, and that's what gets on your skin and stays there and makes it burn. Well, I'm gonna share my fail with you because I've let this sit here long enough so I don't think the dust should be settled. This big food processor didn't work as well as I want it to. So I'm gonna take the big guns out and put a little gun in its place because this food processor only has one blade level down there. This little food processor has two. The thing is, I'll have to do it in smaller batches. And since I've chopped them up a lot, I'm putting a glove on because I know that there's going to be some active oil in there, if oil can be active. Some of it powderized, but there's a lot of big pieces. And look, there's might be part of what my problem is. They wadded up on there and couldn't cut. Let's see if I can get that raked off of there. Okay, I'm gonna have to do this in smaller batches, which is fine. I still don't want to choke to death in here. Okay, we're gonna try it this way. Unplug that one and plug in this one. I think I'm still gonna put this plastic over the top of it so it doesn't get out into the air very much. It wants to spin around. Those things are tough. Those things are tougher than I expected. Okay, I'm kind of afraid to take the plastic off, but I'm going to. Okay, that looks a lot more powderized, but there's still chunks in there which don't seem to want to chop up. I think I'll do that one a little bit longer. Okay, that little bit made it more powderized, and I can see that it's not a quick, easy process. It's going to take quite a bit of time to continue to chop them up. So I'm going to end the video there and tell you that it's better to use a small one and do a little bit at a time rather than use the big food processor, especially since it just has this one blade on the bottom. It doesn't have, well, this is at a different level here, but it didn't have enough of whatever it needed to go ahead and stir that up. But one good thing about doing it this way is that I'm actually getting quite a few more of the seeds out of there. And so I think I'll be able to add more flavor to my products instead of so much heat. Well, I wanted these jalapenos powderized today for a recipe that I'm making. And I'm doing a series on impossible pies. It's going to be released soon. I plan to have about 7 impossible pies in 7 days in a row released in a video. And I hope you'll watch, and I hope you'll make some impossible pies. They're pretty good. Thanks for visiting. Bye.